Hey guys, before we get into today's video, I would just like to bring up my Patreon. My Patreon allows and motivates me to make content for you guys, and was even how I was able to get my new stills. By signing up, you can get a few cool things, such as your own section in my Discord server, monthly raffles, and exclusive content that I try to put out as monthly as possible, ranging from a podcast or video work in progresses. Then of course you get your name plastered at the end of every video I do. So check out the link in the description if you're interested. On to the video.
Yeah.
Hello everybody, Soft Silence here, and I have a few passions in my life. Art and entertainment are the obvious ones, of course. And then after that is games and movies and show analyzation. But what is one of my most strangest passions has to be my almost surprising love for dinosaurs. Even my friends in real life seem shocked by my ability to glance at a dino from a movie or game and be able to identify the species and what's wrong with the given depiction. I am very dino nitpicky. But what got me into these large Jurassic and Cretaceous creatures? Well, it certainly wasn't Jurassic Park. 2015. I am a fucking loser. Still am, let's be frank. But like, less so, because somehow I've managed to convince others I'm sick as balls, yo. It is in this year, June, that Ark Survival Evolved has its initial release. I immediately fell in love and have not only been a die-hard Ark fan for years now, but a die-hard dinosaur fan as well. And it was this year, 2021, that Ark released its last DLC, Genesis Part 2, as well as Ark 2 being announced. And with the new developments, I thought it would only be fitting if we talked about my favorite game of all time. Ark Survival Evolved is a survival open-world game, and while it has an extensive lore and story, you don't actually need to look into the story or lore to enjoy the game. You start out by simply waking up in your selected world, itching your arm a bit, and you're off. You craft, build, hunt, and tame. Every level up, you can learn to make new things that can help you not only do these tasks better, but also help you defeat the many bosses in the game, like Big Spider, King Kong, and David Tennant. Personally, I get too emotionally connected to my dinos to take them into battle, so likely I'll never personally beat the bosses alone. But I think Ark is unique in that almost every creature you can see, you can tame. And some even have unique ways in which you tame them. Aside from just the basic hand feeding and knockout tames, others such as the otter will have you kill a fish and drag the whole fish body to the creature. Or like the Titanoboa, where you have to feed it dino eggs. If something doesn't work, something else might. I think the only downside to taming is that you can't tell how much torpor, the dino knockout stat, you're doing to a creature. This used to be the case once upon a time, but not anymore. Now, let's talk about the creatures in the game themselves for a minute. Dinosaur accuracy is something very important to me as a dino lover. And though I don't know everything, I like to think I know a fair bit. So one thing I appreciate about Ark is its inclusion of feathers on plenty of the dinos. A great example of this being the raptor, commonly believed to be a plain naked baby, fuck you Jurassic Park, but is actually a bearer of feathers. And though not exactly fully accurate on the creature in-game, I appreciate that they at least included the aspect. Alongside the real creatures that they include in the game, Ark hasn't been afraid to introduce mythology into the game, as well as its own set of unique creatures. Some fan favorites being the Bulbdogs and the classic Wyverns. Fuck man, you could even find a unicorn if you're lucky. Obviously, I won't tell you every cool beast and pet you can get. That'll be something I recommend you experience yourself. Good luck in the fucking swamps and redwoods though. You'll die. You will get angry. You may even rage quit if you're anything like me. Yet, despite my common rage over the many unfair deaths I've had, I always come back, and I always have a good time, easily forgetting my rage from my last session. I also find myself enjoying the game whether I play with or without mods, even if it's much as a simple bug fix mod. Ark has a special place in my heart, and I wish more of my friends enjoyed it as much as I do. But aside from the story and lore, there's not much else I think I could tell you, and I really don't want to tell you the story and lore. I think I'd rather you find that out yourselves. But pushing aside my own biases, what can I say? Ark Survival Evolved? 6.5 out of 10. Yeah, as much as I think the game is fun, the game and its developers are not drama-free, nor is the game bug-free. The maps aren't perfect and often have issues like the occasional floating tree, or plant, or rock. Bodies phasing into rocks, breakable or otherwise, is often a glitch I see. Your own body disappearing from the world and losing all of your shit. Take your pick. And while a good portion of the creatures have had some needed TLC done to them through the years, a good portion of them still use their old models and still desperately need some tender love and care, as well as just the game itself with how many bugs still persist in the game. But at this point, I doubt that'll ever happen now that Ark 2 is coming around. But I'd say even with all of this, it's an enjoyable game. For now though, I'm off to go breed my snow owls. Like, favorite, and subscribe if you have the time. Check out the description for links and other such things. This is Soft Silence.